So after former President Obama claimed credit for our current economic boom yesterday, President Trump fired back, saying the boom is due to rolling back Obama's policies by cutting regulations and taxes. So who's right? Who cares? Think about it. The debate we're having isn't over how great things are. That ship has sailed. The media and the Dems see there's no more denying the success, so now it's about quibbling over credit. Fine, let the Dems have it. It won't win them election, but it might reduce their tears. Of course, rumors continue to escalate for the Obamas. Hopefully they can settle it like men.
Greg Gutfeld delivered a scathing critique of Barack Obama's legacy, cutting through the polished image and popular speeches with sharp humor and hard-hitting questions. He challenged the idea that Obama was the president of hope and change, instead pointing to 8 years filled with unmet promises, media bias, and elite double standards. Gutfeld didn't hold back, stripped away the praise to ask the one question few are willing to: what did Obama actually fix?
Paul, is it helping the party to tell them to return to the rhetoric that helped them lose in 2024, like the dictator kind of stuff? It doesn't work on half the country. It's not going to get any better.
I don't think they have answers, and is it me? He's looking banged up.
Yeah, he's been having
it's the first time. It's something I've never seen with him. He looks scared.
Barack Obama pulled off one of the biggest political illusions in recent history turning. 8 years of letdowns into something that looked like a critically acclaimed Netflix series. But Greg Gutfeld isn't buying it. With blunt honesty, sharp humor, and a few hard facts, he cuts through the image, pointing out that great speeches can't cover up failed policies.
You to believe, not in my ability to bring about change, but in yours. Yes, we can. Yes, we did. Yes, we can.
Oh, God. It was a moving speech, and the audience response equally moving. So if the Obama presidency were a film, this speech would be the climax. All that's missing is the horse, the sunset, the rousing closing music as the title card reads the end, perhaps in...
Obama ran the country like it was his LinkedIn page, lots of polish, not much substance. You'd think he cured cancer, fixed the economy, and performed miracles the way some people still talk about him. But Greg Gutfeld isn't impressed. He says, looking at the facts and asking, what did he actually accomplish besides drone strikes and posing for photos with celebrities?
With somebody that you don't like and you try to lose them at the party. That's what Obama has done to Joe. He's lost them at the party and now he's moving on, and then he tweets, and then you find out that he's tweeting about something else while you're at the party. And it's just, I think it's kind of mean to Joe. The second thing is that it's part of that I told you mechanism that only happens when things are good. Because do you think Obama would take any responsibility if the good times were actually...
Gutfeld cuts through the hype with the energy of someone finally reading the fine print. Obama promised hope and change, but by the time he left office, hope was worn out and change was barely visible. The economy struggled, but the media spun it as a success. Wages stayed low, yet people acted like he delivered a miracle.
President Obama took another stand against evil yesterday, lashing out at ISIS, pernicious gang crime and human rights abuses in left-wing dictatorships like Venezuela and Cuba. I was kidding. He went after Fox News again.
I think the effort to suggest that the poor are sponges, leeches.
Let's talk about the stimulus plan's big economic rescue that was supposed to turn everything around. Gutfeld says it was like dumping Gatorade on a forest fire and being shocked it didn't help. It cost nearly $1 trillion and had little real impact. Sure, there were flashy signs bragging about recovery projects, but in many cases, those signs cost more than the jobs they were promoting.
An act of wonderfully skewed priorities, President Obama will appear in a reality TV show in which he gets survival tips from Bear Grylls in Alaska. Funny how far that is from the streets of Chicago, outposts in need of real survival training, much like the streets of Baltimore, Milwaukee, New York, New Orleans, where citizens are ventilated daily.
When it comes to healthcare, Obama called it his proudest achievement for many Americans. It felt more like a proud mess. Greg Gutfeld cheers into it, saying the rollout looked like it was run by interns who'd never used a computer. And the promise that you could keep your doctor? Greg jokes he's still searching for his MABE in Canada. The Affordable Care Act ended up costing people more and offering less clarity, leaving many both broke and confused. Then there's the Nobel Peace Prize. Greg can't help but laugh. He says it was like handing out a gold medal just for wearing a tracksuit to the race. Meanwhile, the media cheered him on, even when drone strikes hit wedding parties. As for transparency, Obama promised it but expanded government surveillance instead. Gutfeld calls it the ultimate bait and switch. Under Obama, privacy disappeared, but because he said everything with a calm voice and polished style, people just nodded along like they were watching a TED Talk.
Michelle Obama surprised fans on our new podcast by saying her pet peeve about her husband is that he's chronically late. For example, we're still waiting on him to admit he's from Kenya. And as for Barack's pet peeve about Michelle, he's mad that she keeps leaving the toilet seat up. When she cleans it. When she cleans it.
Let's go back to Wall Street. Obama was supposed to be the guy standing up for everyday Americans, but once he got into office, that promise faded fast. Greg Gutfeld points out that Wall Street basically got a free pass. The big banks got bigger, richer and untouched, while regular people got foreclosures and empty reassurances. Greg says it felt like hiring a fox to guard the henhouse and then being shocked when the chickens disappeared. And the media? They weren't holding anyone accountable. Greg calls it the golden age of journalistic bootlicking. Every move Obama made was called historic. Every mistake was downplayed as complex or misunderstood. Even a simple sneeze would get MSNBC airtime, with experts saying it was part of a bold new climate strategy.
Maybe Obama had something to do with today's economy. I mean, without Obama, would we have Trump? Fact is, this debate says a lot about life today. The Trump economy is so great that Trump haters now want credit for it. Next thing you know, Obama will claim credit for putting kids in cages.
Let's talk about education. Obama's big solution was to pour billions into a broken system and hope it magically fixed itself. Greg Gutfeld calls it academic trickle-down, just throw money at unions and expect test scores to rise. But inner-city schools didn't improve. They got new logos, more bureaucracy, and long-term plans that went nowhere. Then there's the gun control issue. Obama gave passionate speeches about firearms while constantly surrounded by heavy security. Greg points out the double standard. It wasn't about guns being the problem. It was about you having one. If hypocrisy were a competition, Greg jokes, Obama would win gold-dressed sharp, teleprompter in hand, and don't forget immigration. While he was praised as compassionate, Obama actually deported more people than any president before him. The kids in cages story, those cages were built under his watch. The only difference was he did it with better lighting and background music.
5 more words.
Fact, Obama's now a Republican.
Everyone knows that getting rid of the deficit will require some tough decisions. And that includes cutting back on billions of dollars in programs that a lot of people care about. But what should be easy is getting rid of the pointless waste and stupid spending that doesn't benefit anybody.
Then there's the national debt. Obama nearly doubled it, yet people still praise his economic management like he was some kind of fiscal genius. Greg Gutfeld can't believe it. He says calling Obama responsible with money is like calling an arsonist an innovator in home heating. Sure, Obama inherited a mess, but instead of cleaning it up, he decorated it, burned it down, and blamed the smoke on someone else. And when he left office, he didn't fade into the background rebranded. Now he's more like the country's most expensive narrator. Greg jokes that if Morgan Freeman ever needs a break, Obama's already got the sweater and the smug expression ready to go. At some point, all the podcasting, Netflix deals, and Silicon Valley hangouts make you wonder if he remembers what real leadership looks like. Then came Trump, who wiped out much of Obama's legacy with the stroke of a pen. Greg points out that if your policies can be undone that easily, maybe they weren't all that solid to begin with. Obama ruled by executive orders and then acted shocked when the next guy erased them like scribbles on a dry erase board.
Sunday, Val Jarrett went on CNN to defend her pal, President Obama. I wonder if the president prides himself on the fact that his administration hasn't had a scandal and that he hasn't done something to embarrass himself.
The president prides himself on the fact that his administration hasn't had a scandal and that he hasn't done anything to embarrass himself.
Now that's a low bar for achievement. He hasn't embarrassed himself. But it's true, no one on his staff was caught in bed with a giraffe yet. But to agree with Val, you gotta ignore the IRS, the DOJ, Benghazi, Secret Service, Bo Bergdahl, and the secret server that led to the Orange Crush.
And let's not forget Obama loved to preach unity, but in practice, his strategy often seemed more about dividing and distracting. While the country argued over bathroom signs and pronouns, he stayed quiet, like someone who caused the chaos and then complimented the decor on the way out. Greg Gutfeld says Obama used political correctness as a weapon, turning any disagreement into a moral offense and making sarcasm feel like a rebellion. The thing is, Obama wasn't clueless, was deliberate. Every move was calculated, every speech carefully crafted, every pause timed to appear thoughtful. Greg calls it theater governantial performance. Tightly controlled. As for being scandal-free, Greg doesn't buy it. He says that just means the media didn't want to look. It's like saying a magician never messed up just because the audience didn't see the wires. The only reason Obama's scandals didn't explode, Greg argues, is because they were quietly very ignored, like embarrassing family secrets, hidden away where no one wanted to dig.
Woke up to breaking news. Obama isn't woke at all.
This idea of purity and you're never compromised and you're always politically woke and all that stuff, you should get over that quickly. The world is messy. There are ambiguities. People who do really good stuff have flaws. Like if I tweet or hashtag about how you didn't do something right or used the wrong verb, or then I can sit back and feel pretty good about myself because, man, you see how woke I was?
Obama didn't drain the swamp, he added a gift shop to it. Government grew bigger, more bloated, and more polished, but no one was held accountable. Greg Gutfeld jokes that under Obama, bureaucracy spread like a Shia pet, just add media praise. And watch the dysfunction flourish. Then there's the arrogance. Greg says Obama could mess up a sandwich and still blame the bread while praising his own mustard technique. By the time he left office, America wasn't transformed, it was confused, divided, deeper in debt, and drowning in feel-good speeches. He promised to lift the country, but mostly elevated his own image. And somehow, through it all, the applause never stopped.
Technically, it's a scandal telling America you can keep your doctor, a callous deception that hurts millions. And it's a scandal of will to deny a toxic doctrine fomenting apocalyptic violence. And it's a scandal to ignore the modern Black Death, a plague currently crippling Chicago. Obama's tenure had more dirty linen than Charlie Sheen's hamper. But when your heart's in the right place, doing the wrong thing's always forgivable. And maybe scandal was just so
Greg Gutfeld doesn't just criticize Obama, he holds up a mirror and asks, "Are you still falling for this?" Behind the polished speeches, perfect Instagram moments, and carefully timed pauses, Obama was a master at selling hope like a trendy product, while leading like someone who handed off the real work to a team of clueless interns. Greg points out, we haven't even touched on the tech censorship that quietly took root during Obama's time, or how he paved the way for identity politics to take over everything from classrooms to corporate boardrooms. And he's just getting started. Even now, Obama stays above the chaos, dropping in only when the media needs a dose of feel-good nostalgia. Greg laughs. This is the same guy who helped set the stage for today's cancel culture, outrage cycles, and tone-deaf lectures from luxury beach homes. Obama didn't just set the mood. And what's left behind is a country that mistakes hashtags for solutions and polished speeches for actual leadership. But as long as the lighting was good and the delivery smooth, no one seemed to notice the cracks forming underneath it all.